The first four poems we're going to present now were written as a collaboration among poets of the British Bangladeshi Poetry Collective. The host poet gave the group a prompt, which is the first line of the poem, and then the group contributed their own lines in turn. All the poems were centered around the theme of coming of age. The rest of the poetry of this program were all individual responses to the same theme.
I was 16 once.
It feels like a long time ago. I was different from the rest. I thought I was invincible. It seems I have not grown old. Only my body says otherwise. A day older or a day bolder. All I wanted was to dance. The world, a playground, waiting to be explored. I couldn't think beyond sweet 16, but I didn't know what it meant. So sometimes now I take a moment to think exactly how old I am.
What I miss the most
is the simple innocence of childhood, of being curious about life, love, and laughter, the sweet scent of my mother, and the little rice balls she used to feed me after. My beautiful childhood days, those lovely memories that are now becoming grey. My carefree hours and dancing days, like spring clouds that pass me by as I lay by the beach. The grain of sand as I built my castle, having nothing to think about but play. The time when I never had to keep count of what I really miss or what I say.
If you listen carefully,
you can give your own ideas more strength. You will hear what your heart tells you, and you can hear the silence. You can hear the past calling out, never give up, no matter what. The silence speaks to you in secret, the wind whistling your name. You can hear your carefree laughter, and you can hear the beat of your heart and the whisper of your soul. In silence, you can find the self you have yet to discover. So be quiet. Hear the world awake with you. 2 a.m. at night, holding their breath, waiting for you to be reborn.
My days now,
full of peace and quiet. A perpetual spring with a hint of boredom, far too short to remember all I wanted to share, drifting along, a line between love lost and love gained, preparing to begin for the ending, heavy with the bricks in my backpack, yet still full of dreams and possibilities. My days now bring me comfort in the ordinary. Coffee keeps me sane. I time travel between childhood fantasy and empty reality. My days now are like yours, are beautiful if we care to see the beauty of every day and every moment spent being in love with our present.
seems like only yesterday when the clocks were so slow. Everything I did in a skip and a hop and would wonder, oh, why does my flower take so long to grow? It seems like only yesterday my glasses were tinted with the colour rose. Wearing my frilly dress, I would laugh at all their half-witted jokes. It seems like only yesterday I was longing to be free, free of all those rules that had bounded me. But today I stand here, and now knowing what I know, that coming of age is all good and well, but laughter does not always show. It seems like only yesterday I planted that little oak tree. Now I just want to take myself and sit under it as little old me.
Like a bowl of bubbling milk you heaved and became full, overflowing your bags, my daughter. Thick smell of cream engulfing us and you. Confused at your own emotions, the weight of it weighing on you. I look at you and remember how it was to feel like bottled milk, rolling side to side on a moving deck, with your ship sailing on blue silk, blue sky, towards the unknown. In a minute, you will grow your seagull wings or become the wind in your sails, or the pink-hued cloud smiling with possibilities. You don't know it yet, but you're full of magic. You will always be full in seconds, but from now on, you will be in charge of the weather around you.
We were 6 once, waiting for the precise moment when the refrigerator door closed, curious if the light stays on. We were 10 once, the light within keeping us awake, waiting to see if the stars burn just as brightly as we wait to be reborn night after night. We were 16 once, the world, an adventure, playgrounds waiting to be explored, loving with too much passion, rediscovering our own fashion, rules and cages outgrowing our blossoming selves. We were children then, as we are now, holding on to the sands that built dream castles in the fog of coffee-fueled smoke.
Taking those first steps without support from mother.
That's coming of age.
When baby girls shift into meaningful words.
That's coming of age.
Waving goodbye to childhood and the smaller stage.
That's coming of age.
First day at new school, so many strange new faces.
That's coming of age.
The stress of exams that will shape future plans.
That's coming of age.
A driving license, free to watch X-rated films.
That's coming of age.
Outraged by politics, weekend protests and marches.
That's coming of age.
Living dogmatic and becoming pragmatic.
That's coming of age.
Then falling in love. Sharing life with another.
That's coming of age.
Had to fire someone today. Right. But hard. It hurt.
That's coming of age.
Children are born, love and hard duty combined.
That's coming of age.
Life smooth and settled. But you feel something's missing.
That's coming of age.
New job on offer, life-changing risks to assess.
That's coming of age.
Love crumbles slowly, slides into messy divorce.
That's coming of age.
Finding a new self, life all on your own again.
That's coming of age.
When months pass in days and years have fleeting moments,
That's coming of age.
a loved one dies, and you are unfairly still alive.
That's coming of age.
Cancer calls, and fear becomes your sole emotion.
That's coming of age.
Yesterday's a blur, but ancient past crystal clear.
That's coming of age.
Life forces dimmer, all joys a distant glimmer. The end of an age.
Coming of age is accepting all parts of me, British Bangla mix. Develop we must as time passes by. Time to think and ponder why. Should I, shouldn't I, perception of who am I? What is the sense of I? I is just you, me, we, and I. Stand together and unite the essence of yours and mine. Be present. Coming of age is acceptance of everything meaning nothing and nothing meaning everything. Sit in the silence of our creation. Appreciate and absorb the revelation. You are everything you ever were or needed to be. You are free. I see you for you. How do you now see me?
I watch the clouds pass by again and again. I watch the barren fields crawl back to life after rains. The sun doesn't forget to rise, neither does the moon. With them peaks my hope and thirst for another day. But then sometimes my heart loses its rhythm, keeping pace with this game, only to rise for the umpteenth time, like a blind pursuit for a long lost claim.
My days now are spent in the oblivion, forgiving the future built in an ancient present. My days now are being a little gentle with the silence. They're spent cleaning all the mirrors around and in front of me, to be precise, and loving my presence a little more, being in love with my present as I discover myself exactly where I need to be. My days now are spent not awaiting any closure, not hoping for an opening, not breathing in the ignorance of my last sigh. My days now are only competing with my yesterday and lapping up the little failures for the future. My days now are embracing the darkness more, to see the light veiled within, and nurturing the seed of that tree under whose shade I might never even sit. My days now are spent learning to love a little more every day. You, and yes, also you.
She dared to step into her childhood, the last of her teens. Crossing those boundaries seemed thrilling. Will she dare to step into the last of her 20s, still single, with the same feeling of delight? An army of relatives, colleagues, well-meaning friends chasing her, with high-pitched horns honking, frequently planting landmines of fantasy words and fiction. Girl, watch out for your biological clock. Grandmother's old age wish of getting her grandchild into the wedding attire. Societal apprehensions, wild guesses about her character, sexuality, or some weird internal problems, raising eyebrows at such autonomy, sense of self and sanity, a constant reminder to tie the heavenly knot and live happily ever after. Not to forget the million Insta candidates that subtly twist her spine every now and then. Yet she dares. She defines her own coming of age by slaying the demons, by crafting her own attainment of prominence, respectability, recognition, and maturity, a life worth living in her own terms.
The daffodils their first green spears do show, with long sharp leaves and juicy stems in tow. Then, with a saffron burst, bright petals zing. The flower comes of age, heralding spring. The violin scroll unfurls in the warm sun. Fern leaves feather, straighten, and stretch as one. Then, summer's time for ripe spores to scatter, plant regeneration's annual matter. Mankind too needs rain, sun, and warmth to grow. So many things a youngster needs to know before they mature, truly coming of age. Lessons learned from many a turning page. Can we now be called adult, wise and sage, sure to choose the right path to follow?
People, places, communities, all can come of age, become a new person, start a fresh chapter. It's the time to be bold and explore what lies on the next mysterious page.
Horizons expand and experiences rush in. New consciousness creeps in slowly. Protest, rebellion, being different's the thing. Now the juvenile straitjacket's left behind.
The new world whispers enticements, many of which should be deflected, others embraced, refined, and perfected. Coming of age is trial and error, joy and terror.
Revel in the new horizons. Leave no space for old regrets. Simplicity and certainty are things of the past. Have no fear of making mistakes. The first won't be the last. What matters is using them to nourish, to flourish, to come of age.